So we said that we did meet at church.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember that part?
Yep. I remember 10 minutes ago.
So this is, okay. I wanted to ask you about this because there's not that many comedians that are also Christians.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't know or even believe that I'm a Christian.
Right. Yeah.
Because of my filthy mouth on stage. And has that changed your act at all? Or are you just generally who you are in normal life?
Sure. So I think it definitely has some impact. There's certain things that I probably won't say on stage, unless I'm backed into a corner. I feel like I have to succeed in the moment.
Yeah.
But there are things that I probably won't say on stage. I've written jokes where I'm like, well, this doesn't fit. And I probably would not say this out loud to another human being. And definitely wouldn't repeat on a podcast.
Wow,
And people get it confused because then they see, oh, he's Christian, he's a Christian comedian, but there's a big difference between a Christian comedian and a comedian who's a Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm sure is where you make your distinction as well. Yeah. There are ways we operate within the business that I feel like we can still make a positive impact in the way that we behave, the way that we act, but that at the same time, like we're not above some crude humor or saying something crazy or even being a part of like a nightlife. Some Christians would look down on just us being around certain venues.
Yes.
I remember I did a show in Michigan. The booker said, hey, it's going to be like a cleaner show. He said cleaner.
Yeah.
Which you don't know what that means.
You don't
what
have
is cleaner?
any idea what that means.
Because I'm cleaner than a lot of comedians.
Yeah, you are.
But you never know. And so I went into the green room and I was asking the gal who was running the show. I said, how clean do you want it? Because they said cleaner. And she goes, you know what? Thanks for asking. Because last year we had a gentleman who said he was squeaky clean. And then he started talking about divorce. And we were like, oh my. And I was like, oh my.
Oh, they would hate me.
So glad I asked.
That was my dry bar experience. You're going to talk about divorce because dry bar is Mormons run it.
Yeah.
Utah.
Clean comedy.
Yeah. So what did you say to that?
Oh, it opened my eyes. I realized, okay, we're going to reel it in. Reel it in. Because, I walked out there and there are kids out in the theater and you go, okay, it's this, which is fine. It's not ideal. It's not my sweet spot, but you can do it. You just do more crowd work.
I don't know. How old are you, buddy? Yeah. Should you be here?
Let's make your dad say the things I can't say.
Do you ever talk about your faith on stage?
I have. I don't often make a habit of it, but I have a couple jokes where saying I believe in something and then making fun of it at the same time. Hopefully that's okay. But I brought it up a few times.
Okay.
Do you have jokes about it?
I sometimes, the funny thing is I have this hat. I don't know if you know that I sell this merch.
Oh yeah.
Which says, and this basically, it says Christian AF. And it encapsulates me, my whole personality with my faith. Because I just feel like when I get up on stage, I'll talk about sex. I'll talk about not liking my kid. And that's just a real emotion. That is why I need God. It's because of all of these things that I think. It doesn't mean that I do them, but I do believe a lot of the stuff that I say is I'm like, yeah, I do feel that way if I had a boyfriend or if I had this. And we're so extreme sometimes as Christians that the judgment, even against one another, it's just not inviting. I'm like, that's not really who God made us to be. Like, why are we pointing all these fingers? Just let the person live and you do the best you can do.
Right. It always bums me out when people will like see something that a Christian did that's bad and then like make it about all Christianity. And you go, well, take it easy. Yeah. Like that's not everybody. And that's why I never want to be this holier than thou person, because I'm going to let somebody down.
Yes.
I'm going to screw it up at some point, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm being hypocritical. And people often forget. I find the same thing when people talk about when you do like a show for older people and they say, keep it clean. These are older folks. And you say, okay, well, they're a little more conservative, but let's not forget, like, these people have been to war. These people made us.
Yes.
They invented the sex positions we do. Like, we're not above a lot of this stuff. So being real and talking about real life, I think that's only therapeutic for people. And if they see behind the scenes that, oh, by the way, she's also a Christian, I think that's like, oh, well then I'm not so far from that.
Yeah. I'll go up there, I'll drop an F-bomb, or I'll talk about dating or things that might be edgy in the Christian realm. But then when I leave the stage, I'm not sleeping around with dudes.
Right.
I'm not doing drugs or coke in the bathroom. So like my lifestyle shows my faith better than probably what I'm saying on stage.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that people can come up to me after and they're like, "Oh, you're a believer?"
Yeah.
Cracks me up that people are like, I'm like, yeah, I love God.